It's another week of amazing. It's actually Christmas week. It's Christmas week. No, it's Christmas week. Welcome to RoRo After Midnight. Ram. And again, the show is Mondays through Fridays, 9 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Central, and midnight Eastern. You can follow me on Facebook. Just type in RoRo the Tenor. You'll see this logo. Click on it, follow it, or you can go to YouTube channel at Filipino Tenor. You can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at RoRo the Tenor. And if you guys are being so generous this Christmas, you can show your support. Please contribute using Venmo to RoRo the Tenor. If you want to contribute in another way, just send me a message. I am wearing this t-shirt, the back of this t-shirt. Look at that. Ooh. Anyway, yeah, so be generous. And also, please stay safe, get vaccinated, and keep wearing masks whenever possible. So, going to our show, we have a nice start to our amazing day right now. So, wait, what did I do? Oh, forgot to take that. Bam! Take that off. Shoo. Anyway, so like I said, you're watching RoRo After Midnight. And our guest today, first day of the week, Christmas week, who better to start off this week than one of my colleagues and friends, I don't know, we're going to talk about real friends, okay? Shoot. Okay, he is Texas-born, Arizona-raised, and now residing in New Jersey. This singer of incisive vocal power and fierce theatrical acuity. I've never heard anything gayer than that. Is sought after throughout the United States and Europe for the most demanding roles in his operatic repertoire. Some very notable roles are Wotan in Wagner's Ring Cycle and Scarpia in Tosca. Let's bring him into RoRo After Midnight, Mr. Mark Delavan. Yes. How are you doing, sir?
Very well, thank you.
Do you go by sir or Mr. Sir?
Your Majesty is fine.
Your Majesty. Yes, this is Mark Delavan. By the way, Mark Delavan is that's his if you want to know more about Mark Delavan, just Google him, and he actually has a YouTube. Just type in Mark Delavan and subscribe to his YouTube channel. But before we go any further, we always start the show with Joke of the Day. Work! There's a lot of this, Mark. All right, so Mark, this is you have your drink with you? You have a drink there with you?
No, don't need one.
Wow. You know what? It's a spit take edition. No. I mean, you need water. You don't have kind of water there? No?
I'm not. You don't want me doing a spit take. What am I going to spit on the camera? I'm going to spit on the camera. I'm going to blow out my camera.
It's an old computer. You need to replace it anyway.
I will leave that to you. I will leave
Anyway, the joke of the day then is, did you know I met a girl with 12 breasts?
No, I didn't.
Seems strange, doesn't it?
Nice.
Yes.
No,
knowing Mark, he would have not.
I've got to ask, are we trading jokes?
No, it's just me.
Well, that doesn't seem fair to me.
No, because that's why it's called the spit take. But anyway, it's like he did not spit a drink, but because of that joke, I know that he would have swallowed. Anyway, thank you for joining us for Joke of the Day. Now we are back with Mark. Now the first item in the agenda is getting to know you, getting to know Mark. What do we want to know about Mark? So, yes. So I know I mentioned that you're born and raised, where you're born and raised and where you live now, but just give us a more detailed account of where you're born, raised, school, college, family, current residence. I don't know, anything.
Well, technically, I was not born in Texas. I was actually born in Arizona. No, I take it back. I was born in Princeton, New Jersey. So the route was this way: Princeton, New Jersey, Scranton, Pennsylvania, Texas, then Arizona, and then Tulsa, Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma, North Carolina, San Francisco, New York.
Oh, just so you know, the website where I got that information just threw some major shade because it gave me the wrong info. Oh my God, man. Anyway,
I
continue.
want to be surprised, but I'm not.
All right. So yeah, tell us about where you went to school, college.
Let's see. I went all the way through grade school and high school and my first 4 years of college in Arizona, in Phoenix, Arizona. In fact, I went to what is now Grand Canyon University. It was Grand Canyon College at the time. And then I went, believe it or not, and it's going to explain an awful lot. I went to Oral Roberts University in Tulsa, Oklahoma. That will explain a lot, and I don't even want to get into it. But I did my first operas there.
Oh.
There was a camp, what they call an opera boot camp of sorts.
There's an opera boot camp?
It's not called Opera Boot Camp. It was called Inspiration Point Fine Arts Colony in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. Say that 3 times fast. It is now called Opera in the Ozarks. Probably. Right.
Love the series.
My first year, I did, I think, 5 roles there. Now, I will tell you this. There wasn't enough time to do 5 roles well. So the 5th one was pretty bad. But it was Enrico in Lucia.
Oh.
In Italian. Bad Italian, but Italian.
But Italian nevertheless.
I think the next year I did 2 or 3. 2. I think it was just 2. I did Don Giovanni and Germont and Traviata. But because of doing it that first year, the director of that camp, whose name was Roger Cantrell, I think he's still working, was contacted by a gentleman by the name of Robert Swedberg. Sorry, drops my phone. Was contacted by a gentleman by the name of Robert Swedberg, who asked, "Hey, do you have a bass baritone? I lost my bass baritone." He said, "Yeah, there was this guy this summer." And one thing led to another. He contacted me and called me at home, and which was funny because I don't know how the hell he got my number. And he said, "How would you like a contract for 9 months?" And I went, "I'd like that very much. Thank you very much." Now, try to imagine a $7,500 contract spread over 9 months. So to say it wasn't a lot of money is a
understatement.
Big old understatement.
Yes. Huge.
But as my father said, well, it's better to kick in the head or better than a sharp stick in the eye, as they said in Texas. So I went there for 2 years. And the great thing about North Carolina is that it was a hub for what was called the People's Express at the time.
Yeah.
It was a short-lived airline that was actually employee-owned, which I thought was pretty cool. That was very appealing. But you could take a 90-minute drive from Charlotte to Greensboro, catch a Greensboro flight, and it's a 3-hour flight from Greensboro to New York. And so I started auditioning my second year in that contract. I started auditioning in New York. Consequently, I got the Maryland program, and I got San Francisco Opera. I went out to San Francisco in 1985. I did Don Giovanni. I did the Watt tour of Don Giovanni. Watt is no longer, so I can't say that. Watt stands for Western Opera Theater. And that lasted all the way until 2003, and they finally had to.
And that's where it all started, and now so by the way, so right now you're currently living in New Jersey, Madison, New Jersey, and I see there just a quick snippet. You're surrounded by guitars. Is there any I know this what's the story in the guitars just in general, and maybe you want to give us one specific story about any
specific what?
What's the story about what do you have a collection of guitars, correct? And then so tell us about at least pick one, and then I know there's if somebody collects guitars, there has to be a story. So pick one guitar and then tell us about it.
All right, I can't pick one guitar, but I can pick. Wait, this is the best story. I'll tell you this one because it's the best story.
All right.
All right, this is a Gibson ES335, a hollow body.
Mm-hmm.
I went into a Guitar Center in Chicago, Illinois, and I looked at it, and the price. I know how much these guitars are worth and how much they cost. It was half price, and I said, "What's wrong with it?" And he said,
Oh.
"There is a crack on the wing." And I said, "A crack on the wing? Where?" And he pointed it out. And it's right
Yeah.
there.
It's huge.
Now, I came home and I had it filled with clear epoxy. I could have had it, match the flavor, but I thought it would be worth a lot more as a conversation piece. And because the next thing I said to him is, "So you're telling me that that's a $2,000 crack or $2,000 crack, depending on which joke you want to take at the moment."
I know, that's has always been my selling price, before opera. So
$2,000 crack.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so anyway, so that's wow. I mean, I love the finish on that. I do like it.
It's a beautiful guitar. I have another one that's like it. This is my Taylor signature, and I have no story behind this one except it's a really cool guitar and it sounds beautiful.
Nice,
and
nice.
It's got a nice tone. And the guy sold it to me by saying, "This guitar plays itself," and I feel ashamed of that to this day. But that's been 20 years. So
for those of you who are just joining us, you are watching RoRo After Midnight. And now our next one is sending. I know you're going to see a lot of that right now. And our next one is called. Wait, no, that's not it. Where is that thing? Oh my God. Oh, you're such a trauma queen. So tell us your most traumatic experience as a performer traveling on stage, off stage, something that anytime you're in that position, you think about this traumatic experience.
There's one I'd love to tell you, but I can't tell you because it's still fluid and it still has yet to be resolved. So that one I can't tell you.
Okay, something you can actually tell us.
But I'm not going to get into like crazy directors and crazy.
Exactly.
But I'm going to give you. They're not necessarily most traumatic, but they are certainly the most entertaining. I have two stories about ripping my pants. And I don't know, I'm just going to tell them both briefly. And the first one involves, I'm going to go in reverse order. Nope, I'm not. Change my mind again. I was doing Don Giovanni, and at the time, I don't anymore. I figured it out. I wore an athletic supporter, a jock, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
And for those of you who know or care, an athletic supporter does not have a back side to it.
To be specific, it's called a jock strap. For those, a
jock. It's not called a jock strap. To be specific, my dear friend, it's called an athletic supporter.
I know. To be specific, in this day and age, if you just say jock, it's just a guy. A jock strap.
All right. Whatever, man. So at the time, I would put that on, and then I would put my costume on. Well, by the end of the tour, the costumes had not been cleaned properly, and they were already old.
Ew.
Wait, don't jump the punchline. Don't just wait till the story. The story's fun. And mine had dry rotted a little bit, and so I'm in the middle of the show, and we're in the scene, the graveyard scene, and I had this really cool badass earring hanging off my left ear, and I did something, and it fell down, and I thought, well, no problem. I'll just, as Don Giovanni, I'll reach down very casually and coolly and calmly and pick up my earring and put it back on. I bent over and rip those pants from stem to stern. Now, if you watch this, no, I have to do it another way. I have to do it across the camera. It was this way, not this way. It wasn't a seam. It was a
Oh,
diagonal
it's
slash.
like a diagonal of a Zorro. Like,
Yeah. No, but it was only the z of the Zorro, right?
Yeah.
And it was a ragged, nasty rip. And I got off stage and I said, to the dresser, I said, "What do I do?" He says, "Well, let me put some electric tape on it." Really? That's your solution? And
Oh
so
my
I said,
God.
now the better
Electric.
solution, in retrospect, to all you young dressers, the best thing is to put something over it. I should have gone back out with my cape on.
Exactly. A long jacket,
A
whatever.
jacket, a kilt, for heaven's sakes. But no. So I went back out. The scene was the final scene with the Commendatore coming on and taking Don Juan back to hell. I came back on and my butt was flat. I mean, that rip was like this, and there was my big behind sticking right out there for the world to see. And now I was smart enough to move like this, right? I was moving so that the audience was not, given the thrill. But my female colleagues were lining up, and it was, thank God it was before the days of cell phones, because I'm sure that would have made it to Facebook.
Yeah. I mean,
and Deb Voigt is a witness. Julia Faulkner, who works in Chicago, is a witness. The fantastic Tracy Dahl was a witness. Catherine Harris, who is now chairman of the music department at Kane College, is a witness. They all saw this, so they can verify this.
The only time I actually experienced like the split thing, it only happened to me once during a concert version of Falstaff, and Bardolfo was doing a lot and splitting. I did went down and it split, but unlike you, I didn't have a Z part. It was like this. So I walked around and I have a jacket, so I just clenched my buttocks walking, which made the character too. So you know what? I was lucky enough to actually experience that. But you know what? Before we continue, I think we are having a little bit of a breaking news right here. I'm getting it right now.
This is the Dara Report.
RoRo here for the Dara Report. I'm here right now dining with one of my good friends, Chip and Rodell. Chip and Dale. Hey!
And that was the Dara Report.
That woman.
Thank you there. What?
That woman is beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you mean?
Yeah, you're pretty too. Mommy loves you both.
Well, thank you. It's like you're gonna see this a lot because we don't know when people are watching it. You know what? You are watching. Our guest is Mark Delavan, and you are watching RoRo After Midnight. Ooh, now we go to a second part of our show, like a little bit of the questions here. So the question now is, how do you handle emotional adversity when there is no work or during the pandemic? I'm going to send you a little chat here. So, like what we talked about and stuff like that. So at least you can share that to people.
Yeah, I see it. So I'm going to answer that in three ways as fast as I can.
Go ahead.
The first one was you got to stay calm. You got to stay calm because nothing lasts forever. Not even good stuff. Good stuff doesn't last forever. That's number one. Number two is if this is really boring, but it doesn't matter what the question is. Every question can be answered spiritually. So I attacked the problem spiritually. You attend to the spiritual solution. The physical stuff and all the work and stuff irons itself out. I won't get into specifics. It's on my YouTube channel. There was a shameless plug. The other thing is you do what you can. So case in point, one of the first things is some woman called me and said, how would you like to do like a little recital at such and such cathedral with such and such, Catherine Krasavek as a mezzo. So we were trying to figure out what duets we could do. And they said, well, how much does it pay? Well, it pays spit. It pays gas money. And I went, okay, I'm not doing anything. What do I care? You know, spit is better than zero, or spit is better than unemployment.
Yeah.
The PUI, the pandemic unemployment insurance, right? And then one thing led to another, and then led to another. Am I working full time? No, I'm not. Am I making what I used to make? No, I'm not. But you know what? Nothing, as I said, nothing lasts forever. And usually good things happen if you kind of align yourself spiritually with what you know. There, that was a short answer.
I know. And then look at that.
That was the miracle.
I know. Look, not only that, I even updated the freaking captions too with what you just said.
You did? Oh, look at that. Look at that in time. Do what you can.
I know.
Maybe we can put an A. Put an A under there and I'll give you more stuff. No, that's okay. We'll go to the there's
or maybe I forgot the S on the solutions. Maybe that's the grammar I was going for.
I like that. I like what you put there.
Yeah. Okay. Now the next one is we got to talk more about, what does Mark do now? YouTube, we all tube. So basically there's a lot of stuff going on YouTube. Everyone has their own content and all that. So tell us about your specific brand in YouTube. If you look up, by the way, guys, just before he answers it, if you look up Mark Delavan, you'll see a lot of his clips of him singing opera and interviews and stuff like that. But there's also content specifically on his channel where he's going to tell you all about it right now.
Yeah. I mean, there's certainly a lot of music that we downloaded and uploaded on the station for people. And some of them are just goofier than hell. For most of the pandemic, I would take my guitars and an app called Acapella. So you should put that down as a shameless plug for Acapella.
Yes,
it's a really good app. And what you do is it's like gives you between 4 and 9 windows. And I learned how to harmonize with myself. Harmonize like from age 14. So, I would take country western songs. I would take Willie Nelson's Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain and make it like a 4 or 5 part harmony, and it's really pretty. So there's a bunch of those on there, but you're asking specifics. So I would break up an episode into 3 segments, and I would call it one episode, although I would publish it in thirds because they're really long. I talk for a long time. I just talk.
No,
I just
you know what? All I can say is you better work it. It's not Verk, by the way. Stop it. Don't be Votan right now. Don't be. All right, continue. Just so you know, Mark is throwing me some major shade right now. So anyway.
So the first episode, the first chunk of each episode is stuff about my career. Stuff about my career. Like, for instance, I went through my Wikipedia page and I said, my favorite one was my editor did a fabulous job. I said, this says here that I'm a bass baritone. I'm not a bass baritone. I'm a baritone.
You are.
And then I looked at the camera and I said, you know what? I don't care what you call me. Call me anything you want, just so you call me.
Oh,
she put something really funny on there, and she put some of the funniest stuff on there. Her name is Regan McKenzie. She's terrific. Anyway, and she puts little snippets and little memes and stuff in there. The second thing is I always answer a question from a young performer.
Oh,
and it's all of the stuff that I wanted to know when I was coming. So and so's got a manager, and I don't have a manager. When is it time to get a manager? I'm going to a university and I don't like my teacher is academics heavy and performance light. What should I do? My teacher's performance heavy and academics light. What should I do? And I answer questions like that. And I take 10, 15, 20 minutes and answer the question. The third segment is spiritually based. Now, it's not heavy. In fact, I've known to answer questions that people, it's based on 12-step recovery.
Got it.
I won't get into it because I can't, because all those programs are called
Mm-hmm.
something
Yeah.
anonymous. So,
Yeah.
but it's all spiritually based and answering questions like, I used 3 days ago. What do I do now?
Yeah. So
it's not light. It's not for the lighthearted. It's for addicts. But a lot of people get a lot out of it. I've got a lot of I got more comments about that segment than the rest of them.
Well, you know what? See, that's why our show is only 30 minutes. See, it's like we covered all about it. Make sure you check out Mark on YouTube. All right, Mark Delavan. It's easy to spell. By the way, and then we're gonna play a little bit of your singing. You're gonna be surprised what kind of clip I'm gonna use this time. But just so you know, before we play the clip, here is our guests daily. All right, are you ready for this? Our pickup line. So you're the one in charge of saying this to our audience. So basically, imagine picking me up, just imagine, you know what? Yeah, it's easy to imagine. All right, are you ready? Sending it. Just get my attention when you're ready.
Okay. All right. Are you a painting? Because you're a masterpiece that I'd love pinned against my wall.
Oh! Jesus saw that. Oh my God. Thank you, Mark.
You're in a world of trouble, boy. That's mine. That's a nice, that's good.
Who didn't want to go home with that? Thank you, Mark, for giving us. And ladies and gentlemen, here is Mark. Mark does not know that I'm playing this. So here is an excerpt of Mark, but not opera. Ooh. Flawless.
That's what I'm talking about, bro.
That was flawless, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, was Mr. Mark Delavan. Thank you for joining me today. It's Christmas week. Any big plans for Christmas?
No, it's once again still fluid.
That's true. All right. Well, thank you. And then I'll see you soon. Thank you again. Oh my God. Thank you for. Where is my fan? Oh yeah. You get just for you. You get a Diva fan.
That's what I'm. Okay. All right. That's what I'm.
Thank you so much, Mark, for joining us, gracing us with your presence, your voice, and your humor. Oh my God. Make sure you check out Mark Delavan on YouTube. All right, bye. I'll see you in a bit.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, guys, for joining us for another episode of RoRo After Midnight. Again, my show is on Mondays through Fridays, 9 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Central, and midnight Eastern. You can follow me on Facebook at RoRo the Tenor. When you see that little thing, click it, follow it. And you can subscribe to my YouTube channel at Filipino Tenor. Also, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at RoRo the Tenor. To show your support, again, please contribute using Venmo to RoRo the Tenor at RoRo the Tenor. And again, where is it? Stay safe, get vaccinated, keep wearing masks whenever possible. Where's the other fan now? Remember, it's almost Christmas. Jesus sees you, okay? We will see you again. Wait, oh my God, there we go. We will see you again tomorrow. Goodbye.